You know, I want a Chris Whalen intro.
Here's Lee Weaver and stuff.
All right. Well,
Chris intro.
That was a real pick me up. Everybody all ready to go? Everybody stretched, warmed up, pizza-fied. Before we get to the interview, I want to thank one of our sponsors, Wilson Office Supply. If you haven't already noticed, my guest and I are sitting in way better chairs than you are. These terrific, comfortable chairs are courtesy of Wilson Office Supply, and they're from their Better Backs by Design line of ergonomically correct office furniture. If you're nice, I'll let you take a spin on mine after the show. If you're not, you can always get down to the showroom at 8th and Lamar and try out any of the 24 or so really nice high-end office chairs they have there in their Better Backs by Design showroom. Listen, you spend a third of your life at your desk, you might as well be comfortable, man.
I agree with you.
Oh, well, that's all.
That might be the only thing we ever agree on.
Hey, you know, I welcome diversity. In fact, I kind of make it happen. Everybody, this is Diane Cunningham. Welcome her to the show, please. Hi. Diane moved here about 6 years ago. What brought you here? What were you doing when you moved here?
Well, I moved here with my now ex-husband. I was married at the time, and he was at the Air Force Base.
You came from San Antonio, is that right?
Yeah, San Antonio for 3 years before that, and I grew up in California, then Spokane, Washington.
So what do you think of all these... these linguistic anomalies here? Did you relate to some of these?
It's frightening.
What were you doing when you first moved here?
I was a life purpose coach. Life coach. I helped women figure out what their purpose was. If you don't know your purpose, I would help you figure out and ask you the right questions to help you know what that is for you, whether that might be a job, or it might be a calling, or it might be a volunteer activity.
Who here needs help in this regard?
We have Derby.
Well, you know, and I think, you know, watching the way you guys have taken to Derby, I think
we can learn a lot from you. Because as an entrepreneur, we have to learn how to stand up for ourselves. We have to learn how to be bold, and we have to learn how to run a business. And you're doing that in a different way, but it's all about how you come to the world. You know, this is a calling for you right now. You might not be doing this a year from now or 5 years from now, but it's a good fit. It's a good way to find out more about yourself.
It seems to me the process of defining who you are is instrumental, correct?
Yes, and who you are changes.
Yes.
And who you are evolves, and I'm a different person now than I was 6 years ago. I'm a different person than I was a year ago.
You started this National Association of Christian Women Entrepreneurs. Did I say that right? You
Yes.
started it.
I started it.
When?
2 years ago.
And what's the mission of this organization?
We support women entrepreneurs all over the United States and Canada as they are starting or building their business.
And how do they find out you exist?
Through my website, my books, or Facebook. I have more friends than you.
Damn! You just came right out and said that like it was true.
Could be through my videos. I have 100 videos on YouTube. I'm out there.
100 videos?
Yes.
And you just...
On YouTube.
I haven't done 100 things. I think I maybe watched 100 football games in my life.
I mean, I'm getting better and better every video. You know, the ones from 2008, you can go look them up. They're kind of bad.
And what was the... I'm such a jerk. I'd want to see those first.
Yes, go look. And every week I record videos on Monday. I record 6 in 1 hour. And then I post them...
On Monday? On Monday?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I live by a schedule. So I have someone come over and help me. And we record videos. I change my clothes 6 different times. And I post them on YouTube. I post them. Some of them are training videos. I just did one about how I was taking belly dancing classes and how I'm learning to paint.
Did you wear a belly dancing costume in the video?
No, I did not.
Skipping that one. So
I know, I can't believe I'm here.
She really did require some coaxing. She was like, no, okay, we're not going to talk politics, are we? Oh no, do you want to talk about politics? No, she doesn't. How much time do you spend actually dealing with clients one-on-one? Are you now more on the media side?
I don't do any more life coaching. It all turned into, it evolved as the women that came to me, a lot of them here in town, it evolved into many of those women as they figured out their purpose, they wanted to open a business. They wanted to open a bakery, they wanted to open a magazine, or one of my gals is a very successful dog trainer in Henrietta. She has 12 dogs she's training. Henrietta. And so I had to learn more about business. And so now I just do business coaching. I do groups and clients. I'm on the phone all day talking to women from all over the country. But, you know, whatever that thing is you do, you have to do it over and over and over, and then you have a success.
Well, that's the thing, is you know, like you're thinking about, you get them on Monday and make 6 videos. I mean, that all by itself, in an hour, is something that most people can't muster in terms of discipline and frequency. And what everyone can put together a plan and kind of get the thing going for a little while, but then they got to wake up on Monday morning and do it again and again and again and again. And that's where the attrition rate begins to accelerate. Who learns that?
You just have to keep showing up.
Does fear make you do that?
Yes, if you want to eat, you need to make money. My first little book actually came kind of as an accident. It's called Dear Female Entrepreneur, My Friend. I was writing letters of encouragement to myself, as in live your dreams, do a happy dance, be a rock star, get over it, speak the truth. So basically I was talking to me, and I knew that you might need to hear it too. So they're just these little short letters, little letters of encouragement. There's
apparently a big story in your life. What happened to you?
Last year, I was married. I got a divorce last summer. But my husband and I, we were married at the time, we were in a plane crash in Graham, and we survived. It was a 2-seater plane. We were flying, it was March 26th, and we were flying to Graham to eat at the Dairy Queen. Yeah.
Seems kind of silly now, doesn't it?
Never seen your life for?
Because the one here hadn't opened up yet, guys.
Right, well, I mean, when you need a Jalito burger, you need one. He had talked for years about taking me for a $100 burger, that's what they call it, which it's actually a $200 burger because gas costs more. So yeah, he had told me he wanted to do this for, I kid you not, for 10 years. And so he had finally gotten his private pilot's license, and I had gone up with him once before in the plane and was rather frightened, but survived and thought, okay, well, I can do it again. You know what, once you do something once, you can do it again. So we went up, and as we were landing in Graham, we hit a wind gust. And we recovered from the first wind gust, and then the second wind gust we didn't. And we were very close to the runway.
You're coming in for a landing, I assume?
Yeah, we're about to land. I would say we're maybe 10 feet from the landing. And the wind gust kicks the plane to the right. What I find out later is that we hit a runway sign, and the wheel that was underneath my side of the plane broke. It buckled under. And that then turned and lurched the plane to the left, and then we slid and bounced and over that runway, a grass field, and then another runway.
So you skidded.
Yes.
You didn't tumble.
We didn't go over. We were sliding. We were skidding across.
That might have prevented this conversation from ever happening if you'd done the flipping over part.
Yes, I know that.
Whoa. Okay, so you skid for several hundred feet, it would seem.
Yes.
And then
we landed, and the plane.
No, you didn't land.
The plane stopped. The front of the plane was turned the complete opposite direction that we had been going, and it went what's called nose up. And so as we landed, then the plane went like tipped straight up. And I mean, sometimes that's when you would die, of course, when the plane would. Yeah. And so.
What's your reaction? Because obviously always happening over a space of
11 seconds.
What's going through your mind?
You think you're dying. I thought I was dying, gonna die.
You know, this used to be a happy place. This is our second interview in 3 weeks where we talked about people up here talking about nearly dying. So you realize you're not dead.
Yes, well, yes, you really, that was the first question. I said, am I in heaven? No.
Was there a baseball field? Was Kevin Costner there?
Am I bleeding? Because, I know when you're in shock, sometimes you don't know.
Yeah. Did you bounce around a lot?
We were bouncing, yes, and skidding, and the bottom of the plane was red. There was a red streak all the way across the entire runway. I couldn't get out my side of the plane because it was tilted.
So everyone was conscious, and you guys you climbed out of the plane on your own? No one had to cut you out or bust any windows or anything?
No, he wasn't bleeding. I wasn't bleeding. He wasn't dead. I wasn't dead. I grabbed my iPhone in my purse. My iPhone did turn on and take a picture while we were crashing.
Really?
Yes. And
Steve Jobs thinks of everything.
And then we got out of the plane, and the other thing that was interesting is I didn't know if it had made a loud sound or not, or if anybody would even know that we had crashed. But within a second, everybody in Graham, I think, everybody in Graham was there. All the fire department.
People in Dairy Queen hats running.
Yes, the fire department, the police, because I'm sure they thought they would need a body bag.
Yeah. So you emerged from this, and what's the fallout from this?
Well, I have 3 life lessons that I can share with everyone. Life is short. We hear that every day, but you know what? It is so true. I know a woman here in town. Her father found out 2 weeks ago he has cancer. He's probably going to be gone today. Life is short. So that's my first lesson. And I didn't think I was going to die getting hamburger and Dairy Queen. I'm glad I didn't die. The second life lesson is that love is free. And what I know to be true, yes, I'm divorced now, but the plane crash didn't cause it.
That was the question on everyone's lips. You are an awful pilot, honey. That was not it.
So love is free, and what I mean by that is it's my job to not hold back on complimenting people in my life. If I think of a compliment, I need to tell you. I don't need to say, oh, I'll tell them on Christmas, or I'll wait till the birthday card. No, I want to say it today, because what if I don't get tomorrow with you? Love is free. So, and the third one is wind happens, and we all have wind in our life every day. And it could be that the car doesn't start. It could be this giant, bill that you get in the mail you weren't expecting. It's how you handle the wind. And so I've been speaking on that. I teach on that now. I do videos on this.
I like how you made a G-rated version of.
I'm G-rated.
Did anybody have any questions or comments they wanted to toss up this way before we thanked Diane for visiting and sent her on her way? Driving.
Yeah.
Do you fly anymore?
Not in little planes.
No.
I'm going to take a break from that.
Well, I'm really thrilled that you came on the show and overcame your fear of Lee Weaver.
I'm going to add this to my 39 things I'm doing that are new before I turn 40.
And
surviving Lee Weaver's radio.
It's an easy gig. Thank you so much, Diane. Before we start tearing things up here, especially you, she is not just a beautiful woman, she's scary. I mean to say, we saw her, we went and saw the opening bat at Impact, and I was like, damn! She will knock you out. I want to talk about another sponsor, 8th Street Coffee House. There's a new coffee shop downtown, the 8th Street Coffee House. You've been there, I assume. It's a great addition to the downtown community. They're open 6 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they're open until 9 p.m. Each of those 6 days. So folks can stop by in the evening and enjoy what they call their barternative lifestyle environment. I love that. So the 8th Street Coffee House, find them on Facebook, check them out.